Today on Let's Fish TV, me and my son Kane, we're gonna be on Nacogdoches Lake. This lake is really special. It's built for bass fishing, and that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. Got a good feeling about today. We're preparing for the spawn. The fish are pretty much everywhere. It's gonna be a good day. You looking forward to today?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it done. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now.
That's a big one right there.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
You ever caught a fish that big?
No!
Got it.
Now the day. There you go. Another redfish. Got him. Now that's what Let's Fish TV is all about right there, guys. Welcome to Let's Fish TV. I'm your host, Andrew Upshaw, and I'm joined by my son, Kane. Today we're on Lake Nacogdoches. Lake Nacogdoches is located in East Texas, and it sits just under 700 surface area acres. You know, it was impounded in 2009, and I was really lucky that year I was able to come fish it. But this lake was built to build big bass. You know, it's got all the types of cover from hydrilla to stumps, big laydowns, and that produces really big fish. We'll also have this week's fishing report from your local region from our insider reporters. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this Bass Cat Mercury launch, get everything set up. We'll toss it back to studio for your weekend planner.
Welcome back, everybody. We are thrilled to kick off this new season with you. Don't forget, daylight savings time starts this Sunday, so be sure to spring those clocks forward. According to the Salooner tables, we are in for some good game fish action this weekend. Peak times are forecasted to start at 11:05 a.m. on Saturday and 12:45 a.m. on Sunday morning. For those evening anglers, the best activity is expected to kick off at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday and midnight on Sunday. Keep an eye on your local area's sunrise and sunset times, with the sun rising around 6:46 a.m. and setting at 6:33 p.m. As for the evenings, get ready for some prime fishing under the new moon. Be sure to join Let's Fish TV on Facebook at Let's Fish TV and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we post all of our current and past episodes. Also, we're on Instagram too.
All right, guys, today we're headed out on Lake Nacogdoches. This is a really small lake in East Texas, and I couldn't think of a better place to shoot our first episode of the year, and I couldn't think of anybody to do it with other than my kid, Kane Upshaw, and I can't wait to get out there. The fish are biting right now. The weather is absolutely perfect. We're in sweatshirts and pants, nothing too crazy. Early spring, the fish are everywhere. We're gonna go see what we can do here in just a second. Well, I mean, we're trying, buddy. Gotta have a little patience.
Nah, I was, because you said you saw one.
Well, I saw one, that don't mean you're gonna catch it. I missed the cast a little bit, that's why. If we can see some more shad, Kane, we'll catch us some. They're down here somewhere. We'll find a school of them that'll actually bite sooner than later, I can assure you. Here you go, buddy.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, I want you to do it. There you go. Oh, that's a big one. Hey, bring him. There you go. Keep your line tight. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Got him on the troll mode. There you go. Well, maybe.
Maybe?
There we go.
Is he still big?
Yeah, he's still on there. There you go. Keep fighting him. All right, that's good. Oh, bring him here. Oh, step back a little bit, bud.
I can't really do that.
Well, you gotta step back a little bit. There we go. Look how fat that fish is. There we go. That's a good fish there. Way to go, buddy.
Thank you.
Look how fat that thing is. Got a big old belly like me, doesn't he? Oh, man. God, he's not very long, but that's a good solid 3-pounder. Maybe like a 3 1/4, just being how fat he is. Let's get this fish back and we're talking about a little bit about where we're at today. First episode of the year. Not a bad way to start the very first episode of the year. We're at Lake Nacogdoches. This is a really small lake built for fishing. You know, it's got a bunch of crappie, a bunch of bass. Today, we're using active target 2. We're targeting these more isolated fish over this deep timber We're getting ready for the spawn. These fish are pushing into these spawning areas. We're gonna show y'all today exactly how to catch these fish. It is a very complicated, but very easy method. I got my little man here with me today, Kane, and he's gonna show y'all just how easy it is to catch those fish. You ready to go catch a couple more?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
Hi everybody, and welcome to a brand new season of Let's Fish TV and Lone Star Lakes. This week brought to you by Freeman Toyota. Located on the affordable side of the Metroplex, Freeman Toyota is the home of the free 100,000 mile, 7-year warranty and 3 years free oil changes and tire rotations. Now we're going to start out west at O.H. Ivy fishing for bass because O.H. Ivy's given up a lot of Sherrilunker 13-pound and over bass already this season. Most of those fish were caught with forward-facing sonar over deep water using A-rigs, swim baits, and even swim jigs. But things are changing. With the spawn, you're gonna find those fish in 8, 6, even less water, and you're gonna wanna change your approach. Use your soft plastics, your wacky craws, your lizards, throw those up in the shallows on either Texas rigs or small Carolina rigs to connect with those spawning O.H. Ivy bass. On the Sabine River, it's time for the Barber annual invitational sand bass bash going on this weekend, and those guys are gonna find a lot of sand bass up in the river. You can throw your traps, your spinner baits, your rooster tails, even a 1/4 ounce jig head with a 3-inch body on it, or live minnows under a cork. That'll catch you a bunch of those Sabine River sand bass this weekend. That's Lone Star Lakes. Be sure and check us out on Facebook, Lone Star Lakes.
There's one right there.
A big one?
I don't think so. No. He's fat. Nice fish.
Is that like a smallmouth?
Golly, look how fat that thing is.
Was the other one still fatter?
Yeah, the other one was a little fatter, but I mean, that's still not a bad fish, is it?
That's like a 2-pounder, maybe?
Yeah, like a 2-something. Not bad. Big old fat belly. You know, today we're out here using our active target and targeting individual fish. Let me get this fish back real quick. And they're suspended. So the cool thing about Nacogdoches is it has a lot of deep timber running down the middle of, all down through the lake. And once you get up in these 2 separate arms of the lake, you're gonna see the timber above the water line. Well, out here, it is below the water line, about 10 to 15 foot down. Those fish like to swim through the tops of it, looking to ambush bait. And that's what we're out here doing. So we're getting near the spawn, and anytime those fish are starting to stage up, what they do is they swim through there, they'll target bait, they're gonna feed up in preparation to go up there to the bank. And I mean, we're like a week away. Water temps are already in the 60s. You know, when it comes to selecting the right gear, you don't have to have the super duper expensive rod and reels to catch fish. This is one that I actually got for Kane. It's a KVD. This is just a 610 extra fast medium action rod. And as you can tell, it's not mine because I have the reel on the right side and I always reel on the left side, right? But it's a perfect little combo. But you want something, you know, anywhere between 6'10" and 7 foot long, nothing really too big. And on Kane's setup, I'm throwing an 1/8 ounce jig head with that Strike King Baby Z2. Now my setup is a 1/4 ounce jig head with the exact same Baby Z2, 10-pound line. You don't have to have really small line to catch these fish, just something that they can't see as well. 10-pound braid, that yellow braid, it's kind of what I always use. But just having a good spinning reel works out really well, especially for Kane and me. I mean, just finding something that you're comfortable with, feel that. That feels pretty good, doesn't it? Doesn't feel too big, does it? It's the perfect size.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, the ultimate fishing system, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach Tourism. Let's fish on Alabama's beaches. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by passion.
There we go. There we go. It's bigger than what you thought, wasn't it? All right, it might bite right here. Wow, I'm absolutely shocked right there. There we go.
Big one?
Yeah. There we go. Oh man. There we go. It's bigger than what you thought, wasn't it?
I thought it was like a 2-pounder.
I thought it was a 2-pounder too, and it was definitely not a 2-pounder. It's a nice one right there. First bedding fish of the year. I told you those fish are starting to move up. Let's get this fish packed, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about Nacogdoches and how the 2024 season of Let's Fish TV is gonna go. It's gonna be a good year. Let's get this fish back and we'll talk about it. Sitting up on a bed, you know, it's 61-degree water temp. As the days progress, it's gotten warmer and warmer. We actually talked about it in the show. These fish were really close to getting on beds. That's the only one we've seen so far. It took a little while to get to bite, but I'm not surprised. You know, we actually caught that fish on a Strike King Ocho, just wacky rigged. And this time of year, if I am throwing a Demiki rig, a jerkbait, something like that, I always have a Ocho rigged up, whether it be wacky rigged or Texas rigged for anywhere that I'm at, especially if the water starts warming. One thing I noticed a couple weeks ago at the last event that I fished at Lake Ouachita is when we'd catch those Demiki rig fish, as the day went on, those fish would start pushing to the bank. They're making their push, and that's when you had to make adjustments and change, and that's what we did today. Caught a really nice one. We still got a little time left. Hopefully we'll catch us a couple more before the end of the day. I think it's about time for you to catch one. How's that sound?
I'm waiting on you.
You're waiting on me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see if we can catch one, and we'll see y'all here in just a second.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here for Let's Fish for the Louisiana saltwater side of things, where we're going to start out. I tell you what, as you can see right here, lots of redfish getting caught. What happens is after these cold fronts, all the water drops out the marsh. Well, the fish have to pull back out of that shallow water, get to right on the edge of the deeper water, and like right now, this is where these fish came from today. We caught most of these on live shrimp, either under a popping cork or a light jig head. The trout bite is a little slow right now. We did with some fresh water coming down. Been getting a lot of rain, but I tell you what, redfish right now on Lake Calcasieu here at Cajun Paradise Charters is unbelievable. On the freshwater side of things, I tell you what, Toledo Bend, the crappie bite is really turning on. Lots of those white perch are moving up shallow, starting to spawn. Tube jig, shiner seems to be the best there. And I tell you what, also some bass action. They're starting to spawn, do the right thing. Spinner baits, soft plastic seem to be the best on that. But I tell you what, if you catch that big trophy double digit, take a picture, let her go and let her spawn. For Old Cajun Phil, I'm Captain Kevin Broussard here at Cajun Paradise Charter saying happy fishing. May God bless, and we're going to see you next week. Let's fish.
Matt Pangrac with the Bass Talk Live podcast. We're about to hit the water, but this is your fishing report for the state of Oklahoma. Guys, really warm spring, and that means one thing: the fish are moving shallow. Bassmaster Classic coming up on Grand Lake, and the fish are going to be biting. A couple different things. If you like to use your electronics, you can use an Alabama rig on Grand on the lower half in the cleaner water. Also, a small plastic minnow on a jig head is catching them. But if you like to get up shallow and mix it around, this is becoming prime time right now. Find a little bit of colored water in that mid lake or the upper lake areas, a double Colorado blade spinnerbait or a square bill spinnerbait. Two excellent options that are catching fish right now on Grand Lake, the epicenter for bass fishing in the month of March. Hey, if you guys want more information on anything bass fishing related across the country, check out the Bass Talk Live podcast every Monday through Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Central Time on BassZone.com and the BTL YouTube channel.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Power Pole, Total Boat Control. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on. Challenge your limits.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right in the face. Another nice bass here. There you go. Oh, there we go. Oh, bring him here. Bring him here. There we go. There you go, bud. Check that out. He ate that baby Z2, didn't he? Mm-hmm. There we go. That's not a bad little fish. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
There we go. Nice little fish. You're gonna get to hold that one. There you go. Hold it up good. Let them see it. There you go. Perfect. Man, this place is a really fun place. Hydrilla lining the banks, a ton of timber, and a ton of fish. This place just is really, really special. And you know, Kane's been out of school all week, so I told him, I said, you know what? We're gonna go film the first episode of the year for Let's Fish TV, and I couldn't think of a better place to do it than Lake Nacogneach. You know, we've used a couple different things to catch fish today. You know, we fished out offshore, we've gone to the bank, thrown a wacky rig, and that's the cool thing about fishing during when the fish are either pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, because you have the fish kind of doing a little bit of everything. Today they're in pre-spawn, moving to go spawn, water's warming up. So wherever you are at, don't be afraid if you're catching fish offshore to slide up to the bank and fish around a little bit. Right now is a great time to throw a vibrating jig, a wacky rig, a lipless crankbait, just to name a few different things. Kane, what is your favorite thing to fish with? If you had a choice to catch a bass, what would it be on?
That one you were just throwing with, because all you do, you don't have to reel.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
That one? So a baby Z2 would be his bait of choice. You know, the other day, he and I got to go jump out on the lake for a couple hours on Toledo Bend and caught quite a few really, really nice bass doing the exact same thing. And that's part of the reason we came here today, is we wanted to kind of try it on a new body of water that we hadn't really done it on before.
Welcome to this week's Fishing Report. Captain Taylor Burrell with Wave Dancer Charters in Galveston, Texas with this week's Fishing Report. Let's start off offshore. We just got back from a really, really amazing 36-hour trip. We had 17 wahoo, 22 blackfins, even had a cobia. The bite was just freaking phenomenal. You know, it's just really beautiful out there when the water's slick and calm, you know, 100 miles offshore. But let's get back to inshore. The sheephead bite is starting to pick up really, really good. Lots of nice fish coming in. Big black drums are biting really good. A few bull reds here and there. Speckled trout starting to show up here and there a bit. You know, as our weather continues to stabilize and starts warming up nice, that springtime bite pattern will pick up right where it left off last year. Remember guys, if you want to come fishing down here in Galveston, Texas, give us a call. Thanks.
That's a big one. I want you to grab it.
Okay.
This is what we've been looking at all day, guys. It's fish like that one. You're gonna, here, you hold on to this for me. There you go, reel him. Go ahead and reel him. All right, now step back just a couple steps. One more step, buddy. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right in the face. Another nice bass here at Nacogneach. God, I had him hooked good too, didn't we? Mm-hmm. There we go. Ate that baby Z2. Slid back out here. Caught another really nice bass. All day we've been looking at fish that are really close in size to this one. And it just hasn't worked out. And sometimes that's how it is when you're bass fishing, right?
Yeah.
Some days aren't where you go catch them every single cast, but that's an awesome fish to end the day with. Buddy, let's get this fish back and we're talking a little bit more about what we're doing here at Nacogneach and how people at home can catch some extra fish. Let's get it back. It's all about keeping an open mind. We started out the day fishing the baby Z2 out deep, went up on the bank, caught a really nice fish off a bed, slid back out here, and we've caught a few now out here offshore, but it's all about just paying attention to what's going on. You know, over my left shoulder, there's the full moon is rising right now. We're just a couple days out from that full moon, and what that means, especially down here in the south, is those fish are starting to move. They're starting to go up to pull up to spawn, pre-spawn, spawn, depending on where you're at. But in the lakes in Texas, throughout the south, if the water temps get in that 60 to 65 range, you've got a chance to find some fish that are up there spawning. And that is some of the best times of the year to catch those fish. We're kind of at the very early stages of it right now where we're at, but I think within the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're gonna be able to go down the bank, throwing your favorite spinner bait, throwing your favorite stick worm, throwing your favorite vibrating jig, throwing a frog, doing all those little things to catch those fish. Overall, I couldn't help but to be excited about today. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I get to spend some time with my son. We'll see y'all here in just a second. We'll be talking about all the baits we use exactly and how you should be able to catch them right now. So we're gonna go load up and we'll see y'all here in just a minute.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lake Hartwell Country. Catch the feeling. Lose, feel the difference. Strike King, tie one on. And by Glacier Outdoor. Outdoors since 1982. Here's today's Right Stuff presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
All right, today on Lake Nacogdoches, Kane and I used a couple different baits to catch our fish. The very first bait, and probably the one that we used the most by far, was the baby Z2. This is a little soft plastic jerk bait on a jig head using our Lowrance Active Target 2. We're able to pick those fish off in open water that were chasing shad balls. You know, we're getting that really fun time of the year where the fish are starting to pull up, but there's still always a lot of pre-spawn bass. You know, I was using a couple different sizes jig heads, anywhere from an 1/8 to a 1/4, but we're actually using it on a rod that, this is actually Kane's rod and reel. This is a KVD 610 drop shot rod with a KVD 300 size spinning reel, 10-pound braid, and a 10-pound Strike King Tour Grade fluorocarbon leader. You know, it's really important to find a combo that fits your child's hands, and this one really fits his hands perfectly. And it's one that you've caught a lot of fish on. You know, and then we did go up there, we had to slide up there at one point and see if we could find a bedding fish or two. And we found a couple of them, caught a few of them using the Strike King Ocho 5-inch size wacky rig. And I was using one of my spinning reels. Now this is a Team Lou Signature Series spinning reel. It's a 610 as well, and a 300 size Hyper Mag spinning reel, and literally the exact same line setup. 10-pound braid to a 10-pound Strike King Tour Grade fluorocarbon leader. You know, when it's all said and done, I can't think of a better person to come spend the day with. You know, Kane is easily my best friend in my whole world. And, you know, we play a lot of sports together. I coach all your teams. What was the biggest fish you think we caught today?
About 3.5 pounds.
3.5 pounds. I'd say that was fairly accurate. We did have one towards the end of the day that was pushing probably 4 1/4. But buddy, I had a great time with you today. I love you so much. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today's Let's Fish episode. We're gonna have one every week for the next 38 weeks. So make sure y'all stay tuned. If you have any questions, make sure you comment on our Facebook page or our website, and we'll be able to answer any and all that you post. But guys, and until next time, I'll see you on the water.